Hey everyone, it's Miranda at Peace, Love, and Happiness Club, and today I really wanted to show y'all a little bit more about all of our Plantly stuff. We've got poles, we've got planks, we've got anchor kits, and I know that if you're not able to make it into the store and you are like kind of picking stuff out online, it can be really tough to kind of figure out which ones are the right ones for your plant. So I wanted to go through them a little bit with you today. When we first got them in, I was the one who tagged them all individually, put them out, and I spent a lot of time kind of, you know, playing around with them, messing around with them a little bit. Okay, starting off, we've got 3 main colors for everything, and then we also have a few different styles that are available in the Plantly PLHC exclusive rainbow color, which I will show you first. So for the rainbow ones, we have this one, which is the regular sized moss pole, and I don't know how well it's gonna pick up, but right at the top there you can see the little P for Plantly and then the Peace, Love, and Happiness Club logo, which I think is such an awesome detail. Stephanie and Ben from Plantly really knocked it out of the park with these. They're an ombre rainbow color. They're very beautiful, very cool, and they are a limited edition product, so they're only available while supplies last, as far as I know. These ones are a little bit thinner than some of the other varieties that I'm going to show you. The rainbow filament is a little bit more brittle than the main 3 colors that Plantly offers. We also have the extra large pole. I have one in black to show you, but they're going to be about this wide around, so definitely one for larger plants or plants with some thicker stems. And we also have this mini pole available in the rainbow color too. And then for the rainbow ones as well, we also have stakes for all 3 of them, but there are no rainbow anchor kits. So if you're interested in that, you would just have to get probably one of the black or one of the white ones to go along with that. This one right here is going to be the mini size. As you can tell, it's quite a bit thinner than the other 2 varieties of moss poles that we have. So this one's going to be really great for plants with much thinner stems, such as Hoyas, anything that's going to be really thin and more delicate like that. A lot of people want to use the Plantly system for their philodendrons, their monstera, and while this one would work well, their plants are pretty tiny. I would really recommend going for either the regular one or the extra large one, just because it's going to be a little bit stronger and offer your plant a little bit more support as it grows. With the extra large poles especially, is that these spaces are a little bit bigger here. So if you wanted to, you could even mount little orchids, or you could do like a little string of turtles thing, kind of putting that in the moss pole so that it's not only supporting your plant, but it also can be more of a like mounted piece or work of art as well, which is really cool. This is so much more confusing to explain than I thought it was going to be. Each one of the moss poles has a stake that comes with it. So for this size, the regular size moss pole, we've got this stake that would go with it. These are a really great option, especially if you want to not repot your plant, but get it installed on a moss pole kind of right away. With these ones, you don't have to remove the soil from the pot or anything like that. You can just screw it right on, like so, and stick it directly into the soil. So I'm just gonna open up the regular anchor kit right here. You would get it as a pack like this, and it would come with all sorts of different pieces here. This is going to be the adapter for that anchor kit, and this one would screw right onto this regular size pole here. And then the really cool thing is that depending on how tall your pot is, they have a few different extension attachments here that you can screw right onto this adapter to make it the perfect height for your plant as well. Let's say I screw these 2 on. Okay, and I'll just kind of put it next to this pot here. That would be kind of at that perfect height for this pot that I've got right on the right here. And then it'll have some other pieces as well. So just in case you've got a really tall pot or a really short pot, you can kind of adjust the height as necessary to best fit your pot and your plants. So everything is really, really customizable with the anchor kits. They also come with one of these discs, and these are super duper cool. So this is what you would put at the bottom of your pot. So to use the anchor kit, you would definitely need to repot your plant. But you could either install your moss pole kind of in the center section here, and have the pole be kind of more in the middle of your pot, or there's also an opening right back there as well. So if you wanted your moss pole a little bit more offset so that it's at one of the sides of your pot so that your plant really is the main focus, that is definitely an option with this as well. For the anchor kits, we have 4 different sizes for the discs. So this one is a 4-inch disc. Keep in mind too, something that I learned after we got these in is that the disc size does not necessarily correspond to the pot size. So for the 4-inch disc, it's gonna be a little bit too large to put in a 4-inch nursery pot. I would put it more in like a 6-inch nursery pot. But you can also definitely just measure the base of your pot too to kind of figure out what size would be best for you. Of course, if you had a 10-inch pot, you could always go for the little 4-inch disc because it will definitely fit. But you're gonna kind of wanna try to match up the size of your pot as best as you can with the size of the discs, because that's gonna offer the best support for your plants. Especially if you have a really, really large plant and a really, really large pot, you're gonna wanna kind of go for the biggest disc. I guess in this case it would be this size disc as well, because chances are you're probably also going to need to extend your moss pole, so screw a couple on top of each other. If your plant's in a big pot, chances are it's probably gonna be a pretty big plant. As I mentioned, with the regular anchor kit, you can use it for both this size pole and this size pole. This size pole you would definitely need the adapter for, but with this one you can actually just screw it directly onto the extension piece and it will fit perfectly, just like that. Let's say you really want to help give your plant some support, but you're not really feeling a moss pole. One other option that Plantly has that's really, really cool are these planks. So for the plank system, you would have the plank here, which is gonna be this top part, and then these plant stakes that are sold separately. And I'll show you the back as well, just so you can kind of see how this works. Basically the plank is gonna have these 2 screws at the top here, and then the stakes are going to have 2 screws right here. With the plant plank, they're gonna have these little notches that fit perfectly into the groove on this stake here, and then you would just, I think I used a quarter to tighten these ones. You just use a little quarter or something like that to tighten it and make sure it's really secure. And then you would do the same thing at the top here if you wanted to extend it and make it taller, which I think I'm going to have to do for this one pretty soon. The plant planks are going to be a really great option for any type of plant that shingles. We've put Scindapsus on them and they've been doing really well. I know there are some types of shingling Rhaphidophora that would do great on this. Hoyas would do really well. We also have a thinner variety of the plant plank as well, which is going to be good for maybe some of the smaller shingling Rhaphidophora, like the Rhaphidophora hayi, the Cryptantha, something like that perhaps. With the plant plank, they do have these stakes, but one really cool thing about this is that there's also a spot right here in the middle of both of the stakes where you can also screw it on. Maybe you've got a plank with a couple extensions on it and you're finding that the stakes are just not really offering enough support in the pot for it. Maybe it's a little bit more unsteady or something like that. You can also use the anchor kit with it too, and that will really help give it a little bit more support. Honestly, I could go on about these anchor kits all day. I just think that they are so cool, and I think that Plantly did a really kind of genius thing when they came up with them, just because it's such a great way to use moss poles with larger plants or stuff that really, really needs that extra support and extra stability as well. The anchor kits are really, really, really gonna help give the plant that too. I've got an Epipremnum giganteum. I believe this is our mother plant mounted on the regular size Plantly pole. This one is just staked in here, but it feels very firm, very rigid and very well supported in there. As you can tell as well, we've got 2 of the regular size poles screwed in on top of each other, since the giganteum's outgrowing, or kind of starting to outgrow that first one. We've got another one already installed on there so that it can just keep climbing right up. You can see really well on this one too, how beautifully those aerial roots have rooted into the moss on this pole and gone through to the other side. That is a great sign that the plant is happy and healthy, and I am so excited to see this one continue to climb up the pole. The other plant that I pulled to show you here, this one is the Monstera Adansonii laniata. This is one of our mother plants that we take our cuttings from to propagate and sell in the store. This one has a lot going on, but this one's gonna be on the extra large moss pole. And so it's got 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3 of those pole sections right here, all screwed together. And then I believe this one, you can't even see it because it's kind of buried in there, but this one does have an anchor kit used with it. I can kind of see the adapter down here in the soil. So since this pot is so large, the plant's getting pretty big, and there are 3 pole extensions used. That anchor kit is really gonna be the best thing for kind of supporting that plant and really helping it stay stable, and also helping the moss pole itself be nice and stable and a good source of stability and support for the plant too. Other really cool features of the Plantly moss poles is that they are made out of a biodegradable plastic, so they are much more eco-friendly than some other varieties of plastic moss poles as well. With these ones, you do have to send them to like an industrial composting facility for them to be able to properly dispose of it. I hope that if you were really looking to get into the Plantly system, or if you're looking to pick up some Plantly products, that this video helped a little bit. It ended up being a lot more confusing than I thought initially to explain them, but they are really, really awesome products. We love them here, and we've heard absolutely nothing but good things from our customers about them as well. So really, really awesome products. We're so happy to be able to carry Plantly products in stores. And stay tuned for one of my next videos too, because I'm also going to show you how to pot one of these Monstera Adansonii, the variegated Indonesian mint ones, onto a Plantly pole as well. Anyways, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, tune into our other videos and our live shows, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.